I have a confession. I'm not a huge fan of wearing a mask outside of work. As a healthcare provider, I've spent more than half of my life wearing a mask. Since 2020, I've been wearing double mask. And for months, we wore face shields over that. Breathing became an issue for me personally, as well as many others in the field. We've been wearing masks for a while now. Some people are glad to be rid of them, while others are happy to keep them on. No matter how you feel about masks, it has changed our habits. Is mask mouth real? It's not an official diagnosis, but it has become a common phrase used to describe a variety of oral side effects we are seeing as a result of increased mask wearing over an extended period of time. Believe it or not, wearing a mask, even a CPAP mask, can have an effect on your oral cavity and your mouth. Today we're going to talk about mask mouth, what you need to know. I've been wearing a mask for over 30 years, and it wasn't until I started wearing two masks seeing patients I noticed how it was affecting me personally. When we went back to work after being off for 12 weeks, with new protocols, I started feeling lightheaded, really tired, having dry mouth, sore throat, all because of wearing the N95 mask, doubled with a level 3 mask, and the face shield over that for the entire day, without taking it off, only when we had lunch. Before we get into the issues wearing a mask has created, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? I post new videos about the mouth-body connection every single week. So go ahead and click the red button. What is it about mask wearing that made me feel this way and has put all of us at greater risk for disease? The biggest issue about wearing a mask is that it encourages us to breathe through our mouth. We are drinking less throughout the day. We're pinching the mask around our nose so we don't fog our glasses, which in turn causes an open mouth posture and encourages us to breathe through our mouth. When we stop using our nose and breathe through our mouth, it creates shallow breathing, less saliva, dries out our mouth, causes more bleeding gums, and it also knocks the pH out of balance, creating a perfect breeding ground for bacteria to get into all the nooks, crannies, and grooves in between the gum. And when we eat foods, sugar and bacteria mix together. That sugar and bacteria create an acid and weaken the enamel and weaken the tooth that then eventually lead to decay. It causes a chain reaction. The mask has led to a change of habits for sure. I was breathing through my mouth way more. I hope for you that you are aware of these changes and that you focus on nose breathing today and every day, whether you're wearing a mask or not. We can't survive without oxygen and breathing for over 4 to 6 minutes. And for the most part, our breathing is subconscious. It's a natural, instinctive body reaction that we don't give much thought to unless we're having an issue. We are fortunate to have two modes of breathing, both our nose and our mouth. However, most people are unaware of how they breathe, or even if they are breathing through their mouth, and that we were intended to breathe through our nose, not our mouth. There are some exceptions. We don't want to totally discredit our mouth. It clearly helps us out from time to time. If your nose is blocked, if you have allergies, deviated septum, sinus issues, or illnesses, our mouth can certainly come in handy. Did you know when we were born, for the first 3 months, we actually don't have the ability to breathe through our mouth. We have to use our nose. The airways of babies have not been fully developed, so we don't even have the reflexes to be able to breathe through our mouth. We have to use our nose. Each part of our body has a specific function. An obvious function of the nose is to breathe. The function to our mouth is to eat, speak, chew. Even though we can breathe through our mouth, we really shouldn't. Our body is great at compensating, and we're lucky that we have the option, yet it comes at a price. When we breathe through our mouth, we get 18% less oxygen to our brain and other parts of our body. Breathing through our nose keeps our air in our lungs hotter than breathing through our mouth. It boosts nitric oxide level, provides more oxygen into our bloodstream, gives us more energy, provides the cells it needs to function efficiently. The highest performing athletes actually hire breathing coaches to teach them to learn to breathe through their nose more efficiently so they perform at a higher level. Swimmers have knocked time off learning to breathe through their nose. The air we breathe is filtered as it passes through our nose. It's warmed, moistened, and humidified as much as 40 degrees before it gets to our lungs. This is particularly important in cold weather and for people that have heart and lung issues. Cold air going into the lungs through mouth breathing can cause our lungs to close. Our mouths are a window into our body. Our body, again, is great at compensating, and we assume mouth breathing is normal because so many people do it. But the body gives us signs and symptoms that we tend to ignore, letting us know that mouth breathing is not good. Mouth breathing is one of it. It can be a habit, or it can be a sign that there's a bigger problem. If you sleep with water next to your bed, wake up in the morning with a stuffy nose, dry mouth, get up to pee in the middle of the night, it's a good sign you're a mouth breather. You can improve your health simply by changing the way you breathe. Are you aware if you're using your mouth or your nose, or both? Let me know in the comments below what you're doing and if you're aware. We are meant to breathe through our nose. It warms the air, acts like a filtration system that gives us more oxygen. As I stated earlier, when we breathe through our nose, we get 18% more oxygen to our brain and the rest of our body. That's a huge difference. When you breathe through your mouth, you tend to get a stuffy nose, feel like you can't breathe through your nose. You breathe shallower. If you can breathe through your nose for 3 minutes without opening your mouth, you can retrain your brain to use your nose to breathe, even if you think you can't. Once you're aware how you're breathing, if it's through your mouth or your nose, if you're having difficulty, there's an exercise you can do to unstuff your nose. And there are also exercises as a myofunctional therapist we teach you to retrain your brain. Awareness is where you need to start and is key. So if you have a stuffy nose, you're going to take your thumb and your index finger, take a deep breath, pinch your nose, shake your head to the left or the right, shake your head up and down a couple times. And then when you feel that hunger for air to breathe, keep your lips together, take your fingers off your nose and breathe in really deep. So it's not the mask that's creating the issue, but it's the habits you've created from wearing the mask. It's going to be important to change those habits. If you can do that unblocking your nose exercise and then breathe through your nose for 3 minutes, then you know that it's a habit and you can change your habits. Now that you know that they're habits, you want to pay attention to how you're breathing and end mouth breathing and end mask mouth. And you can do that at home. I thought I was only breathing through my mouth at night. I was wrong. I was just unaware that my mouth breathing during the day and night was causing my stuffy nose, dry throat, and making me pee in the middle of the night. Once I started wearing that double mask and I was talking a lot more, I was inhaling my saliva and I was even choking while I was seeing patients. My eyes were watering, I had to go up and get a drink. Had no idea that I was breathing through my mouth during the day as well. So learn from my experiences and my mistakes. I actually have a whole new career helping patients on what I've learned through this whole process and from the whole mask experience. I became a myofunctional therapist, and for the past 2 years, I've been teaching people the 4 goals of myofunctional therapy. Lips together, tongue in the roof of your mouth, breathe through your nose, and correct swallow pattern. Your tongue should not come forward when you swallow. It should come up and kind of push back a little bit. A tongue thrust is when it goes forward. The correct tongue pattern is roof on your mouth. So pay attention. See what you do. If you do those 4 things, you'll breathe better, sleep better, and feel better. And you won't need a myofunctional therapist. But if you can't do those things on your own, that's when you look us up to see if we can help you. I don't know where you are now or where you've been in the past, but what I do know is that none of us are the same as we were 2 years ago. And self-awareness and growth have a profound impact on your health. When you know better, you do better. And when you learn more, you can take action steps to help you be better and be healthier. If you'd like more information on the essential philosophy of what mask wearing has done and understand the connection between the mouth and the rest of the body, breathing and health issues, what to look for, how to stop and reverse habits that are happening that the mask can cause, click the link below to secure your spot in my free Mask Mouth webinar. And I'll show you more than I'm telling you on this video, what you can do at home to stop these things from happening. What I want you to take away from today is that you have it inside you to make the changes necessary to take ownership of your health before illness takes ownership of you. My past year taught me what happens when an illness takes over your life. So I want you to take ownership with oxygen, water, nutrition, and sleep, starting with your mouth and how you're breathing. Take ownership of your health, because a healthy mouth is a healthy body and a happy, healthy life. See you next time.